You just got a fresh sourdough starter and you're saying, okay, but now what? I got you, don't worry. First thing you need to do, you need to have a jar, any kind of jar. You need a pretty good size one because your sourdough starter will grow as it, you know, feeds and gets bubbly. If you want to do discard recipes and not waste your flour and whatnot, you're gonna need a jar that you keep in the refrigerator for discard. This is mine. She is about ready to be used. Whenever it gets this full, I usually do a big batch of pancakes, or we do like sourdough pizza crust. So good. From here, you actually have a couple of different options. If you have gotten a fresh sourdough starter from me, I likely have freshly fed it. I will tell you when it was fed. If it has been freshly fed, you can go ahead and put this into your big jar and let it get bubbly, and then you can do your first feeding. Also, if it's freshly fed, you can just stick it in the refrigerator and it can sit in the refrigerator until you're ready to do something with it, really. Within a couple of weeks, take it out and do a fresh feed on it. You just feed it and just keep it going. I keep my starter in the refrigerator for, you know, I feed it maybe once every couple of weeks, if I remember. It's gone months before, and it was fine. It really is not so complicated, and so I'm going to show you some of the next steps that you can do and how to feed your brand new baby. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take your little jar of starter that you got, and you're just going to dump it in your discard jar. Yep, all of it. Just dump whatever comes out is great. Whatever sticks inside the jar is fine. I'm not going to measure and see how much is what. Now I'm going to go fill up this little tiny jar. So this is a 4-ounce jar. So that's half a cup. We don't really need that much. I'm only going to fill it up to about halfway. So like a 1/4 cup of water, okay? Put my lid back on. We're going to give it a shake. We're just going to get what I call sourdough essence off of the side walls of the jar. That's really all you need. All of the lovely cultures and yeast is inside this water now. You're just going to pour it in your fresh jar that you have. It's good to go. Now, I don't really measure this part either. I go by consistency. So we're just going to kind of start with about 1/4 cup or so. And I just use a fork or a like flat whisk. Yeah, it really didn't even require that much. So this is it. That's all you have to do. And that's it. You're just gonna lightly, like loosely cover your jar. You could use a coffee filter and a rubber band, or like a piece of cloth, whatever you have that you want to cover your jar with, you can. I just cover it loosely. This is my main starter jar. I use WEC jars, and so they don't have any kind of rubber seal. They have a rubber gasket that you put on these for doing canning and stuff. I just don't put that on there, and so it's just like a loose lid that sits on top. You're just going to leave this out on the counter to do its thing. It's going to grow and get bubbly, and then you can bake with it. You can feed it again. You could also take this and stick it in the refrigerator, you know, if you're not ready to bake yet. I hope this was helpful to you for what to do whenever you get a fresh starter. You get your fresh sourdough starter home and you need to know, what do I do next? Don't panic. It's super easy. Don't let everyone scare you with all of the rituals and things that they say that they do with their starter. It's just not necessary. I hope that you'll like, subscribe, share, all the things, and hang out. Come back for more as we just kind of hang out here on the homestead. I'll see you next time.